So one book I would highly recommend. No, one book I would highly. So this book by Douglas Murray is. Oh, get off! In his book, The Madness of Crowds, Douglas Murray explores some of the most divisive issues of our times. The book tackles sexuality, gender, technology and race, and the culture wars that are playing out in our workplaces, universities, schools and at home in the name of social justice. Hang on a minute. Fucking racket. In a chapter on the impact of tech, he notes that on a number of Google searches, something is clearly going on that seems to skew history with a bias from the present. Consider, he writes, the results of a simple search like European art. There are a huge range of images that could come up if you search for these words, and you might expect the first images to come up would be Mona Lisa, Van Gogh's sunflowers or something similar. But Douglas Murray found, as I just did, a very strange result. So the first image Google gives us is this portrait of a young black girl. And if you visit the link, you'll find it's an article about people of colour in European art history. It goes on to talk about race, racism and the Middle Ages, and further down spends time talking about the BNP, UKIP and the EDL. Murray notes that out of the many portraits that Velázquez painted, the one shown by Google is of his black assistant. Now, whilst there's nothing wrong with the portrait itself, it's a very strange selection. It then takes you to a link headed Reimagining the European Painting Galleries. And suppose you wanted a stock image of a gentleman of colour, you might type in this. And as you can imagine, that's exactly what you get, the third of which happens to be David Lammy. But apart from that, yes, this search result will give you more black men than you can shake a stick at. Not that you'd want to shake a stick at them. God, you can't say anything these days. Now surely typing in white men would give you a similar result, wouldn't it? No, not a chance. Look at these results. The third image is a woman of colour, the fifth image is Don Lemon, and the sixth and seventh are also men of colour. And if you click on this seventh image, it takes you to an article in The Guardian headed, "I had to submit to being exoticised by white women. If I didn't, I was punished." The article goes on to say that some women use white privilege to oppress black men. I don't know who these women are, but I bet they've got big arses. So as we continue through this Google search result for white men, you can see that's not exactly what you're getting. It gets even more bizarre when you actually click on one of the links, like this one. Black man goes on shooting spree to kill white men who had taken from him all his life. The article goes on to say a 39-year-old man with an axe to grind against white folks went on a shooting spree in Georgia. And you may have already spotted this link here, millions of George Floyds. This is from MarketWatch. And this links George Floyd to the 2018 campaign called 56 Black Men, which was a series of stark portraits of black men from all walks of life wearing hoodies. The idea of the campaign was to show that not every black person in a hoodie is a deplorable lowlife. The only problem with that is number 55 was David Lammy. So let's try another. Let's search for gay couple. Here we go. Okay, well, so far so good. We're getting exactly what we asked for. Look. Rows and rows. More gay couples than you can put a stick up. Okay, so you know what comes next. Let's search for straight couple. Here we go. Haha, straight off the bat, the first image is a lesbian couple kissing in front of the rainbow flag. Then there's a straight couple vowing to divorce if gay marriage becomes legal. And this straight couple who have vowed never to get married until gay couples can. At least, that's what he told her. So questions need to be asked, especially when you consider that whether you put in black men or white men, you're always going to end up with David Lammy. Of course, this isn't a laughing matter because people don't look things up anymore. They Google them, and as we can see, Google cannot be trusted. And where's it going to end? Soon you're going to type in tea and you're going to get coffee. You type in cat, you're going to get dog. And if you type in black cock, well, that's going to be David Lammy again. So, Douglas Murray's The Madness of Crowds I highly recommend, and he explains in more detail what's actually going on here. In the meantime, try your own Google searches and let me know in the comments. Bye now, have a good day.